I think for India, yes, rural economy has been good, and it has obviously helped, as we've seen the auto sales, the consumption story there. But we're a long way from saying that we're in that economic recovery. I think if you speak to most companies and most industries, they're still running at 50%, 50 to 60% capacity, which doesn't augur well because you're getting the benefits of cost cuts, but you're not getting the benefit of top line revenue coming through. So I still think we're in a U-shaped recovery for India, that's for sure, unless the government become a little less. More open their purses a little bit more than they have done and start to put money towards the economy. But that sector and along with pharma, I think are going to continue to be sectors which will continue to do well. Because I think there's going to be a shift in our thinking. Whichever way I look at it, pharma is Indian pharma is going to do well domestically.
People who have come in between 7600 and now, they have had a fantastic run in their in the trading portfolios. So they may see big losses if the markets were to turn down immediately. But if markets also stays here, then also they'll start seeing that the cost of doing the trade is more than the cost of what kind of money they're making. So I don't see, generally after the big decline, big accidents, suddenly second one doesn't happen. Right now, the numbers which you are seeing is completely supply driven. It's not demand driven. There are 3 months of almost 2 months of complete washout in the sales. So the people who wanted to buy in April and May, even in normal circumstances, they are coming to buy right now. All the dealers are working with very, very thin inventory levels, which companies are not comfortable. So I think one is the retails are making up for April and May losses. Second, I think the inventory levels are also low. So I think in this year, in 9 months, they have to do a business of 12 to 14 months because 2 months inventory has also got to be filled up apart from 9 months normal business. So I think full 9 months are going to be booming, and it is very difficult to interpret. Is it because of the demand or is it because of the other external factors?
That a lot of rural economy depends on remittances from cities. So I think the spike in demand was again, it was noise to signal ratio was misread. I think that obviously the crop has been good, but that'll create its own problems because of the oversupply in 2-3 months. The government might have to support prices. So I'd say that let's not look for magic bullets here. The rural economy is 45% of our labor force working on farms is one of the reasons India is poor. The only way to help farmers is to have less of them, and COVID isn't going to change that trajectory. I think the government has already sort of, on an aggregate basis, we have reached 11, 12, 13% of fiscal deficit. So, and the way to calculate those numbers in the US at 19 or Japan at 21 is not something India can afford. So I think that, we are not all dead in the long run. I know we can steal 10 lakh crores from our grandchildren and borrow that and drop it from helicopters. But I think that when we're faced with the kind of crisis that COVID is, which is an uncertainty, which is around how long and how deep and how broad it's going to be, I think the government's done what it could at the margin, and we obviously need to do much more around structural reform.